Good morning, everybody. This is Chris with Tobacco Road Relics. I want to say thank you for taking a little time and tuning in with us today. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. If you've been watching my videos for a while, then you know that this channel is primarily about metal detecting, history, and Civil War history, to be more specific. My buddy Travis Allen, that I hunt with all the time, he had some work obligations today and couldn't be here. So I'm up here all by my lonesome out in a farm field that we have absolutely just pounded over and over again. And you know what? Every single time that we come here, we find some good stuff. So I think I'm gonna title this video today, Mental Health Day. I have not been metal detecting since April. I have had a lot of work obligations. Hurricane Helene struck the mountain communities of western North Carolina September 27th. And I found myself up there on September the 28th with my job, and I didn't get home until last week. So it was a lot of long hours and trying to do our best for the folks in western North Carolina. And my thoughts and prayers go out to all of them. So here I am, all by my lonesome, like I said, and I've dug a little bit of camp lead this morning. Like I said, we have just pounded and pounded and pounded this permission, but every time we come here, we find some good stuff. I'm ready to get back into metal detecting pretty hot and heavy. I did just buy a new Manicore from Mine Lab. I'm not using it today. I'm still using my 800. I've still got to get it set up. It's still in the box back home, but I just dug something that I flopped it out of the hole and I've seen it. I haven't picked it up yet, but I think it might be a button. So let's check it out together. All right, well, I'm gonna try to block you from the wind. It's not super windy today, but it's gusting a little bit. Can you see it? Can you see it right there? Oh, it's got the telltale shape of a button. It's a little crusty. Let me go ahead and clean it up and I'll come back and show you what it is. Well, check this out. I don't know if it'd be better in the sun or in the shade, but you can tell I've got me a little eagle eye cuff button. This is a two-piece button that would have been worn by a Union Civil War soldier back in the Civil War, and the eye in the center denotes that he was infantry. So, man, you know, anytime you come Civil War relic hunting, if you get one button, that's just so exciting. And to start my day that way, after all these many months without digging, man, that just makes me so happy. It gives me hope that even at a pounded out permission, man, you can still find some good stuff. I'm totally stoked about that. Even if I don't dig anything else good the rest of the day, that right there just makes my whole day. Looks like it's in pretty good shape, and it does look like that there's some gold gilting. I'm just so excited about that eagle eye button I dug a little bit ago. I've been kind of wandering through this iron patch that I've dug many times. For those of y'all that may have watched my videos, I'm real close to where I dug a Spanish real a couple years ago, and just had a pretty nice 15. So you know, it's hard to believe that we've walked over this, and I see it. Looks like whatever it is has gotten boogered up by the plow at some point. Is it a coin? I think I feel a shank on the back. I'm guessing this is going to be an old flat button. Let me clean it up and see if there's any details on it. Be right back. All right, well, I got the button cleaned up, and oh my goodness, when I started brushing on it, I thought for just a moment that it kind of looked like a North Carolina sunburst button, but no, I don't believe it is. But that is an old button right there. Looks like the plow's done got to it pretty good. But that's still a great find. I love digging buttons, man. That's two buttons already. I don't even have a Civil War bullet yet, and I've already dug two buttons, so pretty cool deal. Let's see what else we can come up with. All right, next target out of the hole. I'm on a little bit of a button streak here this morning. A little flat button. I don't really see anything on the face. Almost looks like it could be tomback. Hard to see if there's some writing on it. Can't really tell. But, you know, a little cuff button. Nothing crazy cool about that, but I like digging buttons, so That's pretty old. That's an oldie right there, probably 1820s, 1830s is my guess. Some nice old stuff here. Good deal. Let's keep moving. Well, all right. Next target out of the ground. I see a little something poking through right there. Looks tiny. Yeah. I was hoping for another little button. Not exactly sure what that is. It's not a screw. I know it kind of looks like a screw, but there will be nothing to screw it on the face. Maybe something equestrian, horse tack of some kind perhaps. Pretty cool. Got my hopes up there for a second, but I'm sure we'll get on to something else. I keep waiting to do a live dig, wondering when my first Civil War bullet is going to come out of the ground. Hadn't happened yet. But I got an interesting shape right there. Kind of looks like a coin, maybe. Let's see what we can come up with. Oh, I feel a shank on the back. I feel another shank on the back. Another button. Let's clean her up. We'll be right back. Well, once again, I don't really see anything on the face or much on the back, but a nice old button. Man, it's a button kind of day, ain't it? I'm not arguing with that at all. Another early 1800s one. Well, I was under no illusions that I was going to dig a bunch of bullets today. Like I said, I'm hunting an area today that I've just been over many times, and I've gotten all the easy signals out of the ground and digging quite a bit of can slaw over on this side of the field. Have been here, and but you know what they say about persistence. Just keep at it. And it may have taken me 3 hours, but by golly, there's my first Civil War bullet of 2025. Feels good to be able to say that. And some of y'all may know I'm kind of a nerd with tracking my relics. This Williams Cleaner Type 3 bullet marks the 1100th Civil War bullet that I have dug in my relic hunting history. 1100. Pretty cool deal. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. The signals have been few and far between. I think it's probably been like 45 minutes since I've even dug a hole. A lot of low tones, a lot of iron. I'm not really interested in digging that today. Just sort of having a me day, having fun, digging the signals that I want to dig. And I just pulled this pretty 3-ringer out of the ground. It's only my second bullet of the day, and I won't lie to you, there's probably some hunts where I would be real discouraged if I was only on 2 bullets a little after lunch, but that is not me today. I am just enjoying the sunshine, enjoying how beautiful it is to get out and hunt this big farm field. I'll take whatever I can get, and I'll be just happy with it. So, yes, sir. Well, check out this little brass baby that I just dug. Y'all recognize this? Let me clean it up just a little bit and I'll show it to you. I'll get all the dirt off of it. All right, I'm gonna try to do my best to hide you from the wind. This is what's known as accoutrement. In other words, this would be a hook that went on a soldier's knapsack that they used to hang things, much like a J-hook. It's so crazy that in all the time that I've been digging, I have never dug one of these. Pretty excited about it. It was brass. It gave a real nice high tone. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, well, I just dug this interesting bullet. Look at that. You guys have heard me talk about bullets being wormed before on this channel. And basically what that meant is if a soldier couldn't fire a bullet, the powder was wet, or he was bringing a loaded rifle back into camp and he couldn't do that, Then there was an adapter that they could put on the rifle cleaning rod. It would go down in the barrel and screw into the top of the bullet and pull it back out. But I'm telling you what, I don't think I have ever seen a bullet that was wormed so big on the top. That is pretty crazy. Yeah, I've never seen one quite that pronounced. A lot of times the wormhole is much, much smaller. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting indeed. Well, they say patience is a virtue and good things come to those who wait. Would you look how pretty that drop 3-ringer is right there? You can still see the seam on it. That thing is just perfect. It's a pretty deep signal. I don't know if you can see, but the pin pointer is buried. So yeah, I mean, again, we're not killing it with bullets today, but there's 4. We'll take 4. Happy with that. It's a nice looking bullet too. So check this out. This is kind of funny. So you've seen me dig a few bullets here in the last few minutes, and a lot of them are not what I would consider typical bullet signals. They sound a little scratchy, or they're a little higher or a little lower than I normally am accustomed to digging bullets. But I dug this hole. It was hitting like 18, 19, and it was in the plug over here, and I kind of kicked the plug, and the closet and everything all broke up, and couldn't find it. Swung over it several times, couldn't find it, and looked out here. Can you see it? Can you see it? What about now? Can you see it now? How about that? Kicking it like a field goal. This bullet here has been wormed as well. You can see the hole is much smaller than the bullet that we dug earlier. Now you see this little nipple mark around the top? That's from the ramrod. So this bullet was pushed down into the barrel and then not fired, and that worm extractor dug into that lead and pulled it back out of the barrel. Pretty cool bullet. A lot of history there. I've kind of hit a little hot streak here. One thing I will say is that they had a lot of rain up here over the last day or so, and that's really helping the ground conductivity. And I have the sensitivity on my 800 maxed out on 25, and normally I do not do that, but the field that I'm in right now is pretty quiet, not a lot of trash, so I feel like I can get away with doing that without hearing every little click and pop on every little piece of little iron and junk, because there just ain't a lot of it. Where you at, baby? There you are. There you are. That's a pretty deep bullet right there. That's every bit of 12 inches. Old Travis gonna be disappointed, man. We're in a field that we swore there probably wasn't 4 or 5 bullets left in it, and I've hit a little hot streak here. Happy with that. Wouldn't mind another button. Woohoo! Well, well, well. I just pulled this squeaker out of the ground. Coin or button? Coin or button? Lock in your votes now, ladies and gentlemen. Coin or button? This is going to be difficult to do with one hand. All right, votes are cast. Let's see what it is. I'll come right back after I've brushed it off. All right, well, I believe if you said button, you're wrong. And I believe if you said coin, I think you're wrong too. I think this thing is just super roached. But in the daylight, before I had it zoomed in like crazy like I do right now, I don't know, can you see that? I can see the words "our country." So I don't know if this is a soldier's token or what it is. It's really roached, and I'm afraid the more rubbing I do on it, it's just going to start to flake off. So I'm probably just going to leave it like this for the time being. Maybe do some light brushing on it. But I'm almost positive that I saw Our Country on there. So I may have to look that up, see what I can come up with. But maybe I'm seeing it wrong. My eyesight's not the best, but that's the way I'm seeing it. So pretty cool. Maybe I'll find out what it is. If I do, I'll definitely put it in the video. All right, guys. Well, when I got home, I did a little researching on the internet, and I just knew that I had read Our Country on the back of whatever I had dug, and I was hoping it was a Civil War token. And guess what? It didn't take long for me to find it. So let's talk a little bit about Civil War tokens. Civil War tokens are token coins that were privately minted and distributed in the United States between 1861 and 1864. They were used mainly in the Northeast and Midwest. The widespread use of the tokens was a result of the scarcity of government-issued cents during the Civil War. Civil War tokens became illegal after the United States Congress passed a law on April 22, 1864, prohibiting the use of any 1 or 2 cent coins, tokens, or devices for use as currency. On June 8, 1864, an additional law was passed that forbade all private coinage. This particular one that I found was minted in 1863, and on the internet I found some pretty good examples of it that are going anywhere from $150 to $200. The one that I dug is completely roached, and it's not worth a thing, but it sure was cool to dig it. Kind of got lazy on my filming, I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, it's a mental health day, right? I think I've dug another bullet or two, and then I just dug a little flat button a few minutes ago, and kind of wandering back to where I started on this side of the field, and got a high squeaker. I do believe, well, I was getting ready to say I thought it was a Spencer, but it's not a Spencer, I don't think. It's got a hollow cavity. And kind of a funny looking bullet there. Yeah. It's like a 2-ringer. I ain't quite sure I know what bullet that is. A little different. Either way, we'll take it. I'll film anything good I find from here on out. All right, guys. Well, I got this bullet home. On the video, I said I had never seen exactly a bullet like this. It only had 2 rings. And I've come to the conclusion that this is a carved bullet. This is a standard 3-ringer that the soldier has carved the bottom off of it. Why? I don't know. Boredom sitting around the campfire more than likely, but you can definitively see some pocket knife scarring in the bottom. So what I thought was just a really strange bullet turns out to be just a carved bullet. And I don't even think I caught this one on video, but it was actually the second carved bullet I dug that day. This one clearly dug on by a soldier with a pocket knife. So, you know, when you dig those carved bullets, it's such a unique piece to history. It's a personal item that they held, and you know that they were personally intimate with for a while. So that's pretty cool. Well, I'm not even 10 feet from where I just dug that weird 2-ring bullet. Dug me another 3-ringer, I guess. Yeah, it's a 3-ringer there. Well, man, yeah, this obviously won't go down as one of my best bullet days ever, for sure, but you know, for only having 1 bullet at like lunchtime or whatever, I think I'm sitting on like 9, maybe about 9 right now. Pretty happy about that. They hadn't been like one after another, but they've been kind of steady. I'll take that. From the American Civil War. How cool is that? So folks, I thought maybe this might be an appropriate time in the video. You know how I like to give a shout out sometimes to my friends and folks I like to metal detect with, or in the metal detecting community. And we lost a dear member in the metal detecting community this week. Tennis Dixon Moore, a lot of you know him as Mo and Detector Mo, and you've probably seen a lot of his TikTok videos down at the beach, digging up jewelry and coins and stuff like that, and lost him unexpectedly this week. And what devastating news in our community. Mo was one of the good guys. I didn't know him personally, but I know Travis hunted with him one time and just had nothing but good things to say. And the outpouring of love that I've seen this week on social media for Mo, I think it speaks a lot to who he was. So for what it's worth, this video is dedicated to you, Mo. We'll see you on the other side. I just pulled this out of the hole. Could this be my 10th bullet of the day? Let's find out together. Sure does feel like it. Bam! Un belito! Heck yeah. Take that all day long. All right, guys, we got to the end of the day that day, and I started having some audio trouble. I had some clips that I made where the audio didn't come through, and that's fine. You saw me dig enough bullets. No worries there. So I am going to throw up a picture of the final day's tally of what I was able to dig that day. I believe I got on to 15 bullets, a handful of flat buttons, some of them pretty old, some buckshot, some rivets, a bunch of camp lead, that really cool knapsack hook, and then what has to be my find of the day, that pretty eagle eye cuff button. It cleaned up pretty good. I was pleased with it. So thank y'all so much for taking the time to watch this video with me. Man, it was a fun day. I'm really looking forward to getting back out with Travis Allen, my good buddy, on a dig here soon. I've got that new Mine Lab Manticore just still sitting in the box that I'm ready to go ahead and get it out and get it fired up. So hang with us. We'll be back on a hunt again real soon. Thank y'all for taking this walk with me down the old tobacco road.
Myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose these thin